Okay. Ooh, excuse me. Last time I promised a story, so I'll tell the story this time. Because it's a little, you know, it's early on into the thing. Croc Slayer.
Too late, Batman! One step closer, and this goes into the water. The cave will fill with your deepest, darkest nightmares, and you will never reach your precious venom roots.
Don't do it, Crane.
Okay. Gonna turn on the mode. Because I have to scan the... Oh no. Never mind. Turn it back off. So the story. If you don't know, I have a model being made. I have a live 2D model being made. And, actually, it's made. It's just right now, as of this moment, I'm waiting for it to be, rigged. She's already, like, it's already finished. It's just I'm waiting for the rigging. The artist ran into an issue with the rigging. But, before I dealt with this artist, I had another artist by the name of Hunny Days, HUNNYDAZE, set up to do the art. I have thus since decided not to go with her because she was charging. It was 120 USD, so 65 USD for a half body. This artist, the one who just did the chibi you see in the bottom right, she asked if I need anything else art wise, and I said, "Oh no, I've already got a model being made." And she was like, "Hey, what price were you quoted? I'll see if I can be competitive." I said, "Oh," she gave me, the other one quoted me 60 for a half body. I lied a little bit, but 60 for a half is what I said. The lady offered me 50 for a full. So I do have a full body being done. And that other artist I decided not to go with because half the work more expensive. However, in recent time, I found an artist on Fiverr who was advertising that first artist, Honey Days' artwork as his own. He stole her art and was advertising it as his own. So I, of course, did my due diligence and I told the person, or I told her, like, hey, look, this person's stealing your art. I'll get them to confess. Here's proof. Just stuff like that. We worked together and we got the person taken down for content theft. In the process, I asked the person, because I had to go to their Instagram. I had to go there and be like, hey, look, these are your images, whatever. I talked to the thief and I was like, hey, look, I want an image kind of like this, and then sent the person whose work they stole as like an example. They didn't get the fact. They weren't like they didn't acknowledge what I was trying to do. But after the process of getting that person busted, I told the artist, I said, hey, what are your prices on these actual artworks? These look really nice. She quoted me $80 for a full body image. For reference, remember, she quoted me 65 for a half body proper model and 65 for the rig. So, for considerably less work, because a proper image, through their own admission, costs less effort, she was charging more for less. So, at the very beginning, when I asked about that, she said she was open to discussing lowering the price. I said, okay, that's nice. Yeah, we can do that. I kept mentioning throughout the process when I was talking to her that her price was a little too high for me. I'm never going to outright ask to lower the price because that just kind of feels rude. But, you know, I did hint multiple times, and she just never suggested lowering the price. So I was like, okay, well, whatever. I guess, you know, that's not happening. At some point, she said that she thought I was just asking for her opinion on the pricing. I said, no, I was trying to get you to lower the price. You just kept ignoring me. She said, "Oh well, I don't lower the price. I lower the prices I was given when I offered to lower the price was telling you that I could do less work for you for cheaper." I said, "Wait, what? You already said that you could do a discount. Even back during the model days, like the model discussions, you said that you could do a discount." She said, "Oh yeah, no, but what I meant by a discount though was that I would do." I don't exactly remember what she said, but she said that she would do. She had ways to lower how much work is done, which is how she lowers the price. I told her, I said, that's a dirty tactic. That's a scam. That's tricking people. Oh, that's not tricking. She did outright try to pull the language card. Ma'am, your fiver says that you're fluent in English, so either you're a lying sack of shit or you're a lying sack of shit. One of the two. I didn't say that. But then I said that she goes, "Oh well, 80 is actually the standard price." I said, "No, there's people on Fiverr who are doing it for much cheaper. I found people who are doing it for much cheaper." "Well, yeah, but if you want to run the risk of going in with a newer profile or a newer artist," I said, one, there are artists that have 1,000+ reviews charging half of what you do, and two, you have 120 reviews. You're still considered new. Like you're not as experienced as you think you are. So I just outright told her at the end, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going with someone who actively tries to scam people. Because you are talking about lowering the price, which is a very generous and kind thing to do. But then not mentioning that by doing so, you're also giving them a worse piece of artwork knowingly. And they can't complain because you were nice, you gave a discount. That is a scummy thing to do, and I will not be working with you. She did ask me afterwards. She said, "Oh, well, can I ask you what your budget is?" I said, "Yeah, no, I'm not giving my budget because I'm not going to deal with an artist who's going to willingly scam people. I've got morals I need to work off of." Plus, that artist, like, I don't ever want to bash an artist's work because even if she was a piece of shit trying to scam people to get more money out of them, I'm not going to say her artwork was shit. Although her artwork was a little too focused on sex appeal, if you catch what I'm saying. Too often was her work based on, like, hey, you know, let's give a character a XXX cups. It's like, okay, sure. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not giving you my budget. I'm not gonna, like, I have morals I need to work with. I didn't actively say that, but that's my reason. Goody. That's my reason for not wanting to work with them, is I have rules I need to abide by. I am not going to deal with an artist who willingly will scam people.
Can you hear me? Have you found Croc's lair yet?
I'm close to Croc's lair. I'll contact you when I have more information.
I think this is the... Yeah, this is the door he broke. It's like, I'm not going to work with an artist who will willingly scam people. And yes, telling people that you can give them a discount, tricking them into thinking that you're being kind, and then not telling them that you are going to give them a shittier piece of work, until, you know, most
Oracle,
likely it's too
I'm heading
late.
into Croc's lair to collect the plant spores Ivy spoke about. He's in some kind of old sewer network. Send me the schematics. It's like a maze down here.
There's nothing on record. Bruce, are you sure about this? Sounds like a suicide mission.
I've got no choice. I've tuned the scanner to detect the spores required to make the antivenom. It'll lead me straight to them.
What about Croc?
Croc's just an animal. And animals just need traps and the right bait. I'll be fine. I'll contact you when I'm done.
It's like, I'm not going to actively work with an artist who's going to willingly scam people.
These floating platforms will support me, but will also send sound waves through the water, giving away my position to Croc. I'll need to move as slowly as possible.
Yeah, as it says, you want to be careful, because he will kill you if you are too loud. He'll kill you if you're too loud.
I will enjoy feasting on your bones.
It doesn't matter if your artwork is like the best in the world. If you're going to willingly trick people,
These floating platforms will support me, but will also send sound
I
waves through the water,
I will not
giving
fall.
away my
Like, I
position.
will not
I'll need
respect
to
that.
move as slowly as possible.
I did also report them the Fiverr saying that they are willingly tricking people. Anyway, the trick with this is you want to pay attention to the number on the left. There's going to be branches. And you want to always make sure that you're going in the direction that the number is white. But yeah, the fact that they played the language card, which, you know, self-proclaimed fluent in English, you can't do that. Because again, you're either a lying sack of shit or you're a lying sack of shit. And then started trying to bash other people for, you know, oh, well, you can go with a new artist if you want, because it's like, okay. Yeah, you want to go in the direction where the number is turning, white. Funny thing is, too, is the artwork does look good, but despite being, you know, all of their advertised images are just giant-breasted women. Because I've elaborated before, I don't have any respect for that, so.
These spores don't contain enough of the antivenom mold. I'm going to need to find more.
No map. Like, despite the over-reliance on large-titted women to attract customers, because, you know, having people think with their dicks is, I guess, an easy marketing strategy. I could have still been like, yeah, hey, tune that shit down, I don't respect it. But the fact that they were, again, willingly trying to scam me. Because it's not like that was just... It's not like that was just a topic brought up, like, just now brought up and it was ignored or whatever. No, I set up discussions for the model creation, like, 4 months ago. As of recording this, it was, September. Was when I was setting up the original purchase. So they had plenty of time to, you know, tell me that them lowering the price also lowered the quality. Because I do understand that business practice. That practice does make a bit of sense to me. If you're going to work for cheaper, do cheaper. However, Fiverr gives you the option to have gigs. Not gigs, packages is what they're called. Wrong way. You can have multiple packages per gig. Mark down on the description and all that that's your intention. Or, you know, don't offer discounts if you're going to be a scumbag about it. Don't offer a discount if you're going to be a dick about it and deliberately try to screw people over. Or, you know, be honest. Hey, look, I can lower the price, but by doing so, I will have to, you know, I will do this or that or whatever. But no, she just outright said, hey, I can give you, I'm open to lowering the price is what she said. Without ever mentioning that lowering of said price would lower the quality of the artwork. That right there is scummy. Because I was never told. I do understand, as I just said, the concept of lowering the quality to match the price. That's why you do things for a lower price, or you have the various price tiers. No, she had $15 for a headshot, $60 for a half body shot, and $80 for a full body. You already have the lowering of qualities. Don't tell somebody that you're going to give them
enough spores. I need to get back to the Batcave and formulate the antidote.
Don't tell someone that you're going to give them a discount.
You've activated a sonar beacon down there. Clever.
Yeah, don't.
I'm getting out of
God damn it.
What about Croc?
He won't be a problem.
Don't tell someone you're going to give them a discount if you are going to be so rigid about... She just outright said that the lowering of the price was her talking about downscaling to a lower package. That's not a discount. Because that is pretty much what... Or that's not pretty much, it's exactly what she said. Is that her mentioning of a discount was just her talking about that she can do a lower package for me. A lot of people don't seem to understand what a discount is. A discount is the lowering of a price. I don't know. I don't have to deal with that artist, thankfully, anymore. Because, yes, this shit bugs me quite a bit. I think it bugs me quite a bit, but I at least don't have to deal with it. Awesome. I at least don't have to deal with it because I'm not paying them.
Tick-tock. Feed the Croc.
It's a good thing that the artist that did this little chibi in the bottom right, as well as the proper model and like the emotes and all that.
Your flesh will tear.
It is a good thing that she spoke up and was like, hey, look, I can do the gig for you if you wish. But still, I'm not too happy over the fact that I was almost scammed, because if this artist didn't speak up and be like, "Hey, look, I'll do it," I would have went with that artist. And she only gave me like a $5 discount. So the fact that she admitted that the discount just means that she would have done a lower package, I would have paid more for a lower package than I would have just, if I just bought the lower package. I don't know. Again, as I just said, it pisses me off that I almost just got scammed. That's what ticks me off the most. Is the fact that only luck dictated that I wasn't cheated.
Your flesh will tear.
I don't know. I think he does that at like pre-designated spots to prevent me from being
Run from me.
killed or from being able to go back.
My caves will be your tomb. No! I will find you!
I don't want. I don't want to keep going on and on about it, but Jesus Christ, would I have ever been pissed off if I had been scammed like that? Because it would have basically been, I do a package for 20, 60, and 80. Okay. You're gonna pay, you want the 80? Well, you can pay $10 less. Or $5 less. You can do 75, but I'm only gonna give you $60 worth of work. At that point, I may as well have just bought the 60. I don't know. Again, I don't want to keep belaboring the point because that really pisses me off, but the hide being a prick behind,
Joker says the bat's got a storeroom or cave or something down here.
Do you guys have
No
callers?
way. Joker says he's getting his toys from somewhere. Makes sense, I guess. If it's down here, it's the bat! Don't let him hit you! Get him on the ground and stop him!
Come on.
You're gonna bleed.
Excuse me?
You're gonna.
take it you felt that. The plants are going crazy. I'm getting seismic spikes in all locations. It's not good.
It's okay. I've got the mold samples. I'm heading to the Batcave to mix up the antidote.
Good. I tell you to hurry, but I'm sure you know what you're doing. Contact me in the cave if you need anything.
Oh, did I already do this?
I took a walk around my island. I passed by the penitentiary and felt nauseous at the thought of the filth it contained. I looked out over the Gotham Bay, and in the distance I saw lights. No doubt boats bringing more filthy degenerates to my city. I swore again to protect her from this darkness.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to keep belaboring the point as I keep saying, but god damn. Am I mad about that? Okay. That's the Batcave. Do I want to enter the Batcave right now? Because I get an upgrade in it. I do know that. I get the final upgrade that lets me destroy the wall things. Oop. Gonna turn on the mode. Gonna turn off the mode. Yeah, again, I don't want to keep belaboring it. Just, I'm mad about it. So, not really mad about it, because I do have arguably a better artist. No, again, I don't want to say the artist art is shit, because it really isn't, but that, you know, just, I dodged a bullet by the... I don't know if it's generosity from this artist, the one that did the chibi. I really don't. I want to say it is because they are just a complete peach to work with. It might have just been greed. It might have been, you know, give me your money first, or instead. It might have been that. I don't know. But I arguably got more for less. I want to say if I have a picture of the scumbag artist's work. Jesus. What? Why is it in reverse order? What the fuck? Oh no, I guess I don't. Nope, I guess I don't. I have their logo gig. Huh, strange. Oh well. Don't know if I want to have a picture of their thing on one of my videos because I wasn't disrespectful at the end when I told them like I'm not going to work with them, but I certainly wasn't polite. I said that they were trying to scam people and I will not have part of that. But hey, I'm an artist now that I work with who is a very sweet lady to work with. And is very willing on doing artworks. Originally, they just did chibi, like what I have now in the bottom right, and emotes. But through wants that I have, they opened up more and more gigs and or expanding their skill set. So I feel like it's a lucrative relationship. I get nice, high quality artwork for cheap. They get the practice and boost their skill sets. Because even with the, as I mentioned, the rigging had issues to it. Like they're, that's my model that they're working on. They're because of that they're learning how to be better at it. I don't know if they, ever would have commissioned a live 2D with someone else, like had someone else live commission a thing, but who knows? I'm content with being a crash test dummy. I get the knowledge that I am benefiting other people's skill sets, and I appreciate that. And I get, decent quality work out of it. It's going to be finished by the time it's done. By the time this goes up, because this is going up well into March. But I'll show off the image now. I don't mind. Why the hell? Pictures. Is this the correct image? Really white, though. Okay, found the image. This one is decently high quality for, much cheaper, and it's full body, too. So, I'm kind of content with that. Full body was cheaper. I didn't, and the artist was upfront with the quality. I don't know, that's honestly the thing that pisses me off the most, is the fact that I was knowingly lied to. It's like, how much of an asshole am I? Like, that tells me right there, your interest is not providing people with art, despite her description literally being maximizing effort, minimizing cost. Your main focus is not giving people high quality art. It's scamming as much money from people as possible. I don't know. It's a douchebag behavior, and honestly, I'm glad I'm not dealing with them. I'm really glad this artist, as well as another issue that came up in real life, I'm glad that this artist that did the chibi is saved me from dealing with that. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Sorry about the 35 minutes worth of rambling. Anyway, thank you for watching.